Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I guess. Okay.
You betting?
Bruce Whitaker, that I remember from the early Tea Party days in the 2000s, and he's a legend in local politics, and he's running for what position?
State Senate, 29th Senate District.
So these are apartment owners, and why should they not only vote for you, but financially contribute to your campaign?
Well, I believe that I'm the most pro-business candidate of the options that we have, and I mean that in the sense of fair-handedness. One of the concerns in our system is a sort of favoritism or cronyism that goes on depending on who's in charge politically. I'm someone who believes in a level playing field and in fairness, where government is involved in either regulation or dealing with any policies that affect small business. I have no dog in the fight. We allow the facts to help choose the proper decisions for public policy. Now that isn't the way Sacramento works right now. And I do have some friends, including State Senator John Moorlach, who I worked with for some time at the County of Orange. I worked for a different supervisor office. And John is backing my campaign very solidly. He wants someone who's going to be serious about public policy, fair-minded, and looking for constructive solutions. And the best way to be constructive in this state, this mega state of California, is to give people some confidence and faith that government is operating properly and fairly, and that everyone has a shot at upward mobility. And that's my goal, is to restore that in California.
Well, Bruce, we appreciate you coming here to speak to apartment owners, because a lot of times it's who you show up to, you want their vote. I don't see anyone else running for that seat here, and I've invited everyone to come to speak. But, you know, we have a lot at stake, apartment owners. Rent control is probably inevitable. There's a lot of restrictions. I just sold 14 units in Santa Monica, and we're managing that property. It is unbelievable what a socialist view of private property is. So anyway, Bruce is here. He is looking to get your support. So how do they get a hold of you, and where do they send the money, Bruce?
Bruce Whitaker for Senate 2018. It's Post Box 1444, Fullerton, California, 92836. And that would be helpful, because getting the word out to nearly 1 million constituents in this district is quite a challenge. So I would appreciate any and all help that comes that way. But we're just a few days from the election as well. So word of mouth and getting word out to say there's a different sort of candidate in this race. One who will stand up, as you're saying, for free market values and property rights, and again, all of our freedoms and rights as Americans. And I'm also backed very solidly by the Family Values PAC and by many different churches and religious coalitions as well, who see me as the best family values candidate available.
Is there a website, a phone number, email address?
My website is www.brucewhitaker, and that's one T, .com. So www.brucewhitaker.com. Also active on Facebook as well, and or you can just Google my name. You'll get a lot on my political history and what my accomplishments have been in the past as well.
Bruce, my clients have a lot of money and a lot of time, so they're exactly who you want to have. If you can't, come on my Facebook page, and I'm friends with Bruce. I've been watching his career for a long time, and I admire you, and thank you for fighting for us.
And I don't think it's inevitable on rent control. We need to step back away from that and maintain, again, our property rights in every area.
It's time to tell this politician we have to move on. Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate you being here very much. And next we have Dean, who is going to tell us, I think, Dean, from a apartment owner's perspective, you have tenants, they're good people, you want them in your units, but there's a credit problem. Send a tenant that you would typically send away to Dean, am I right?
Right, yeah. Good afternoon. My name is Dean Tapey, and I'm the co-owner of Pacific West Credit. We're a licensed credit repair company, and under the California Credit Services Act, you have to be licensed and registered with the Department of Justice, which we go through our compliance every year. My background is banking, and as you know, our credit is very important when it comes to purchasing a property, from everything from an SFR to a multifamily. For those apartment owners out there that bought a 4-unit under an FHA, as you know, it's a minimum down and minimum FICO requirement. But let's say you have some equity, why not improve your credit score right? Or how let me look at your credit report, and if you can improve it, and then you can get out of the MI, save more money, and have a better bottom line. And if you have tenants that make good money, but they can't buy a house because of their credit, they have the money, they have the down. We've unfortunately in our society we've been reduced to a 3-digit number. And an example would be if you're driving a car that's more than 2%. If you're paying, if somebody says you only qualify for an FHA, they don't necessarily tell you because it's your credit, they just get you into the loan. But with the equity values nowadays, there's no reason that somebody with 10% equity that you're paying an FHA loan. The consultation's free. If you have a credit cards that their limits are no higher than $1,000, then you got to ask yourself why. Having high credit offers the better credit cards. An example, my wife and daughter are going on a cruise to Europe, and there's certain credit cards that have the higher FICO where they have no foreign transaction fees. And the reason why that's important is because if you use one with transaction fees, every time you put that credit card down, you charge about $20 to $30 depending on the country that you're in. So that's good to know. I can go on and on and on, but the bottom line is if you're not in the 680s or above or 700s, you got to ask yourself why, and that's what I'm here for.
How do we reach you, Dean?
My cell number is 714-323-5538. Our website is www.pacificwestcredit.com. You can read our Google reviews and also our Yelp reviews, and thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
And last but not least, we have Lee. I have a tenant. He leaves the property, a unit in a mess. We call you.
Absolutely.
What do you do?
Hello, my name is Lee, and I'm with Kathy Steam House Cleaners. That's my wife, Kathy the boss. And yes, that's right. Whenever you have a vacancy, you can call us. And we are a full service company. We are what do you call a mama pups business, very, very small. But we have about 25 people. So if you have an emergency, you can also call me right away. What we do is that we are very experienced at doing vacancies. It's very probably that all these people that leave the places they don't live in nice spotless. So you're gonna have to call us we can do vacancy cleaning, we can remove the trash, we can clean the carpet, we can do the window cleaning, and also we can do pressure wash. Sometimes after a long time, all the patios or the roof or even the house gets mildew. So you need to, even if when you want to sell it, you probably want to call me up so we can clean it all around. We've been in business for over 30 years, so we have plenty of experience. We have plenty of references from realtors, property managers, and even homeowners that we've been working for a long time, And I have homeowners, clients that we've been cleaning their homes for over 20 years, and they used to be used to have little kids, and now they are grown up people and they have their own homes, and now we are getting referrals, oh, come and clean my son's
I was going to say,
house.
Lee, I have 3 teenagers. We need to talk. How do they get a hold of you, Lee?
They can call my wife's cell phone number that she's always running around, 949-795-9328. Her name is Katie. But the name of the business is Kathy because everybody says Kathy in Spanish.
We have a great group of people today. Some of them want your money, some of them want your business, but I just want you to know these are great people. I recommend Sheena to be really active in this issue instead of just complaining or griping or protesting. Sheena and her team are doing something about it. And Bruce could just be living a nice life on his own, being in Maui, touching the sand, but he's out there fighting. He's fighting for us as believers. He's fighting for us as property owners. So we wish him best of luck, and let's see if we can send some support your way, Bruce. And thank you for fighting for us.
Thank you, James.
And Dean is fighting for our credit, making sure that we always have good credit.
Right.
And Lee is fighting to make sure we have clean units inside and out. Thank you for watching.
Okay.